Okay, welcome back to another match of Grixis Control versus Jeskai Burn. I'm on the die roll this time, so I will be on the play. This hand looks fine. We have answers to early threats, we have a win condition, and we have a way to get some card advantage if we find another blue source. So I will keep this. And we're going to be looking for lands, mostly with our scry effects, although counterspells would not be tremendously disappointing. I guess we'll see how things go. Josh is taking, okay, he went down to 6, which is good for us. Let's open up our graveyard here so we can see delve cards. He's thinking about going to 5, but decides not to. Alright, let's see what we can find with the temple. We're not going to need an untapped black source next turn to Bile Blight, but I think we need to keep the land anyways. We definitely want to hit 4 in case we draw like a Steam Augury or something. And the fetch will help us fill our graveyard. We don't need to hit double blue until a little later in the game. But we definitely want more lands right now, so. Temple of Triumph from Josh puts a card on top. But we don't know what that means, so I'll scry. That's a perfect draw. Let's scry next turn and have Bile Blight up. Okay, Seeker. Yeah. That's fine. I don't think I want to kill it right now because that leaves us wide open to a Rabblemaster or Mantis Rider. I'll bottom this temple. I don't think we need a 6th land, and definitely not a non-blue one. So we're going to pass the turn, and then if Josh goes to combat without playing a card, I'll go ahead and kill the Seeker, but otherwise, yeah, we have to deal with that Rabblemaster right now before it gets out of hand. Seeker can take us down to 18, that's not a problem. Get to draw another Temple of Epiphany. I mean, we're not doing anything else with the mana, so might as well. Murderous Cut is interesting, but I think I want to look for counterspells or more card advantage. Doesn't look like we're necessarily going to need more removal this game. And we can always find some with Dig Through Time, so. Our main priority is just to stop ourselves from getting burned out. Okay, so keeping the cut would have been pretty good, but it's fine. We get to dig next turn because of the fetch. Or play Bile Blight. Josh can't play Wingmate Rock here, which is why I'm fine with the attack happening. Nor can he cast his own dig, so we're pretty good position. I'll get a Swamp because I have this double black card in my hand. And I never really need more than 2 red anyways with this deck. Even 2 red is often unnecessary. Late in the game, it helps with Tormenting Voice and Steam Augury and multiple cards. Same turn. Okay, we're getting Jeskai Charmed, I think. Magma Jetted. That's fine. Okay. Down to 11. Let's see what he does with the cards. Both on top. Okay. So I'm definitely going to grab this Dissolve. And I already have a finisher with Pearl Lake Ancient. But Keranos could be really good at grinding the game out. As far as, like, it deals with the Seeker, but I have a Bile Blight for that. I think I just want to grab this Temple of Epiphany so that I can make sure to hit 7 for the Pearl Lake Ancient. Okay. Aether Spouts is not a great draw, but I think we're pretty strongly ahead here. I will bottom the Delta. I don't need to draw land next turn because I have all 7 with the island in my hand. Alright, now I'll Bile Blight. Okay. Double red. I'll go ahead and very happily dissolve that Outburst. I don't want to have to find my last Bile Blight. Dig Through Time is completely reasonable. I'm likely just casting Pearl Lake, but Dig Through Time might be the better option. Okay. Well, now I'm casting Pearl Lake, I think. Am I? Well, I'll wait until the thing attacks. I think I need an answer for the Rabble Master. So I think I'm actually digging end of turn here. Although I can always Aether Spouts, but I've already committed to this line, so we'll go ahead and dig. Grab a Bile Blight. Might as well get this Lightning Strike as well to protect from any Mantis Riders off the top or anything. I'm going to use the Lightning Strike right here. And keep up Bile Blight and Murderous Cut. I'm actually going to go ahead and Bile Blight here, because I don't want to get too far into the range of where multiple burn spells are going to kill me. That's a reasonable draw. Not great. I don't need the Downfall. I have the Murderous Cut and the Aether Spouts. Alright. We're likely just getting burned out here. Bottom, top. Sure. I have an Aetherspouts to deal with that, so I'm not tremendously concerned. Poof. That's a good one too. Going to... I think we dig first. I want the dissolve for sure. I want probably the downfall. Maybe the tormenting voice though. I have enough ways to deal with creatures. I'll grab the tormenting voice, but I'm not going to use it yet. I don't think. I want to be able to cast Murderous Cut or Dissolve or Aetherspouts. And then next turn, if I draw a blank or something, we can Tormenting Voice it away. Or I draw Keranos and can keep... I think because I have Dissolve and I have Pearl Lake Ancient to block a lot of things, I want a Tormenting Voice away the the Murderous Cut. Excuse me. And see what I can hit. Give me more options. Okay, well, it's not the most helpful, but still leaving the Ancient back on defense. And we'll thin our library a little bit. There's a chance that fetching there might end up being a mistake. I'm really scared about burn spells off the top, so I want to find another dissolve if I can. I'm going to go ahead and get in there with Pearl Lake this turn. I need to put Josh on the clock. Stoke me. Push that. And then no matter what attacks here, I'm going to cast Aetherspouts. Or not, actually. I will just wait. I'll go ahead and cast Keranos. 4, 5. And I'll hold up Atherspouts. No tax. Probably deciding whether or not to play around Atherspouts. Decided not to. Hopefully he doesn't just burn me out. Interesting. Steam Augury is a good draw. I'll swing. Game's over next turn. If he doesn't have anything. Okay, he just flooded out, I guess. So we got there. And as far as sideboarding goes, I like the Murderous Cut. I like 2 Magma Sprays to deal with Rabble Masters and Seekers and possible Ash Cloud Phoenixes. I don't like Tormenting Voice because he's bringing in counter spells and it's a little too... requires me to commit a bit too much. I don't generally like Atherspouts. I don't generally like Master of the Way because it's slow. I like Negates a lot. We can cut a couple of Steam Auguries because they're good, but they are also somewhat slow. I like leaving in... excuse me. I like leaving in Silence the Believers because it's a great way to deal with Sarkhan if I don't have a downfall or a counterspell for it. And that's Sarkhan is big game in this matchup, so I want to have an answer to it. Aside from that, Keranos might be too slow. Might be better to have another Pearl Lake Ancient in there. But especially if Josh is bringing in Banishing Light or Erase. So that's actually a consideration. Tapping out for Keranos is really risky, and tapping out for Pearl Lake Ancient is much less so. So we'll stick with this. See how it does. Keranos is definitely a very powerful finisher, but it's not great against decks that don't tap out. This is definitely keepable. It has some removal, though it'll take me a little while to get there. But most importantly, it has counters for his burn. Okay, there's a removal spell. It has counters for Josh's burn. I'm looking for lands, so I'm going to bottom this removal spell. And it has a finisher in Keranos and card advantage and Dig Through Time. Another Seeker. I'm not going to interact with that right now. For reasons that are now clear. We're getting the only mountain, striking the Rabble Master, and taking 2 down to 17 from the Seeker attack, which is fine. If we draw a Hero's Downfall, I want to be able to cast that, so I'm going to play Temple of Deceit. And another dig is not what we're looking for. We have the 1, our graveyard isn't tremendously full, so... And I'm just going to hold up Negate, get hit for 2, which is fine. Interesting. I'll keep the land on top. Josh misses his 4th land drop. Magma Jet is fine. I'm not in the market for mana screwing Josh, and a 2 damage burn spell is not powerful enough for me to counter. Not threatening enough. Okay. Did he find the land? Put at least one card on. Put both cards on top. Okay, so he found at least one land. Yep. I'm fine with taking the 2 here. If he doesn't do anything, I'll Bile Blight end of turn. Which does open me up to a burn spell. But I'm fine with that. Okay then. Double Lightning Strike counters my Bile Blight. That's not the greatest. I do have both of these negates, so burning me out should be rather difficult. I'll go ahead and cast this Murderous Cut. Fetch for an island. A lot of blue cards in my hand. Dig Through Time is going to be very difficult to cast, but that's alright because I have double negate. I'll bottom this land. I don't need it. No. It lets me cast Keranos next turn. With negate backup, so actually it's quite good. Magma Jet can resolve. I'm not countering anything except for a lethal burn spell. So Mantis Rider kills me. Rabblemaster kills me as well. I think I need to keep double negate up. Can bottom this land. I still want to keep double negate up. Still not comfortable tapping out for anything. Unless Josh taps out. If I draw another untapped land, then that's not it. But it does give me protection from creatures now, so I'm in a very reasonable position as far as not dying goes. If I draw one more untapped land, I'll be comfortable jamming this Keranos, but until then, not a thing. Alright, what are we looking for? Counterspells? Downfall's fine. It's another way to interact with Josh's creatures if he ever plays any. And it also saves us from having to negate a Sarkhan. So So lets me cast Keranos with uh, 2 spells up, which is pretty good. I will negate. Stoke the Flames. I will also negate. And I may just end up losing this because I can't keep removal up. And Josh has a burn spell or a creature. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that happens. I had to commit it, like, at one point. You know, I was eventually going to have to commit, so better do it earlier. I still like my configuration, but maybe I want another Steam Augury instead of this Keranos because tapping out is pretty bad, even on the play, as we just saw. Maybe I'm being a little results oriented, but I'm going to try it out. Keep my only win cons as Pearl Lake Ancients. Get a little more card advantage in the mix so that I can pull ahead. I would definitely like to play first. I only have 6 minutes, which is a little worrisome. This is fine. We have a lot of ways to interact with Josh's creatures. Stay at a high life total when we Steam Augury. And then pull ahead from there. Scry is 100% looking for land. I'll put any land on the top, put any non-land on the bottom. Except for maybe I don't have Tormenting Voice in my deck anymore, so yeah. Just lands on top, non-lands on the bottom, bingo. Same drill. He has the Seeker every single time, apparently. I don't know how good Bile-Blight is going to be, but I'm going to think not great. I already have 2 Lightning Strikes for his first 2 threats. Alright. I have to wait until he attacks so that he can't stoke the flames in response if he has it. Are we, negate. Okay. So we'll take 3 down to 17. I'm going to keep Dissolve, Lightning Strike, and Steam Augury up. I will go fetch a mountain and cast Steam Augury. Lightning Strike in response is fine. I want Temple Dissolve versus Temple Negate Blight. We'll put the land on top and pass turn. The reason we strike after combat is that we're assuming that Josh has some sort of way to interact, and we don't want his creature to get any bigger from prowess. Dig Through Time is fantastic. Outburst will definitely get countered. And we're going to leave that on top. I'll counter another Hordeling Outburst. We can bottom the Steam Augury. Have enough card advantage. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a look at the top 7. Going to grab. So I want to start killing him, which means I want the island. I also want a way to interact with creatures, I think. So we'll grab the Magma Spray. And everything else can go on the bottom. Steam Augury is good as far as finding me more answers goes. Okay. Cast Steam Augury during combat to trigger prowess because it accelerates our clock. Resolves. Dissolve is 100% more valuable than any of the rest of this garbage. Of course, Josh has to take into account that I might be playing a mind game. And I already have a dissolve. And I'm, okay. So if he has a removal spell, I'm dead. Or if he has a burn spell, I'm dead. If not, I'm in really good shape. Alright, well, that's fine. Two, three. So I have access to 0 dissolves here. And 0 dissolves, 1 negate, because another negate got bottomed. So I've like literally 1 out to his burn spells if he doesn't cast a burn spell right now. Okay. Dig helps. I'll respond with Dig Through Time. take your time. Alright. Mantis Rider resolves. I'm going to Bile Blight it. Okay, so Josh just didn't find a burn spell. And he doesn't have anything. Alright, well, we're gonna move to round 4 very shortly. And battle it out there. So stay tuned. Let's see if I can 4-1.